boys. West Ham 2, Leeds United 3. Just delightful. There's nothing better than theatre, Scott. There's nothing better than football.
I disagree.
On a day like this.
I can think of many things better than that last half an hour. It
was glorious. It was glorious. We were so comfortable. Never in doubt. But guys, this is the fans. I'm still speechless, to be honest, because as each goal went in, I was thinking, did that just happen? Did that just happen? I'm still half thinking, have I just dreamt that Jack Harrison scored a hat-trick at West Ham away? Madness.
Single goal. See, during the watch along, I think every single goal I was caught off guard. I'm like, did we score? That initial reaction. But do you mind if I know you're hosting, but do you mind if I throw this up? That's 2 league games in a row. I have been made to chug a beer before the match kicked off. I think this becomes a thing. If I chug the pre-match beer, we win the game. It's that simple. I didn't do it in the cup match. And
if any alcohol sponsors want to sponsor the channel,
yes,
you've got some great content. I mean, us three, to be fair alone. You've got some great. Well, mind you, Chris is having to tone it down a bit at the minute because he's on a super diet, isn't he? It's
Silver Fox. He is. Look at him.
I know.
See, if I was a single middle-aged woman, I would kiss his face.
We'll stop that. Whenever I mention Chris, Scott just gets carried away. That's the trouble.
He's a handsome man.
CK, talk to me. Leeds are now 9 points above the bottom 3. How massive is that today? Just a boost. It's come out of nowhere, that win.
Let's take the context of the league table out of it, and let's look at it purely from a club point of view. Of we're rattled with injuries. We've had 2 more today, which look like hamstrings. Which don't look great. That's a huge boost to the squad. Is that win today? It's so big. And again, I'm going to call them out early because I'm sure we're going to touch on most of the players, but probably ones we wouldn't mention too much because they're not on score sheets or whatever. Leo Helder and Lewis Bate came on at a difficult point in the game where West Ham were just starting to get on top a little bit, and I thought both of them were superb today. Leo Helder's whipping absolute dream balls into the box at one point. Lewis Bate didn't do anything wrong to be brought off. It was just a tactical switch, bring a bit more experience on, try and settle everything down. I thought they were both incredible. This is a massive boost to the club, the squad, the fans, everything. It's superb.
I have to agree. What I've got to say is we just go from obviously the start of the game. We go 1-0 up, then 2 injuries happen in quick succession. I'm honestly, I'm going to say honestly now, I was thinking the worst when I saw those injuries because you think obviously Forshaw was just absolutely, I thought he was man of the match first 20 minutes or so. He was just strolling around the pitch. I thought he was dominating the battle against Declan Rice. Declan Rice was looking over his shoulder for the first 20 minutes. He couldn't find Adam Forshaw. Then Adam Forshaw comes off. As much as I do rate the players who came on, I thought, wow, that's a big injury. Hopefully, obviously it's a hamstring. We're looking at 3 weeks there. But what surprised me was that Helder went to left back. I thought it'd be Pascal all the way going left back because obviously he had that spell of games before he got the injury. So even more impressive, he's out of position. Well, he's against Jared Bowen, who's one of the form players in the whole league, and he's pocketed him. He's done an absolutely superb job.
Yeah.
Leo Yeld played left back for Celtics.
Leo Carlos.
Leo Carlos.
Leo Carlos. No, he was actually left back.
Come on, you need to Leo Haldini. Let's have some more. Come on.
Oh no, I'm not going to. Someone's saying Thomas Frank's a Green Goblin. That's got nothing to do with this. But no, Leo Yeld. Just to clarify, Sven Johnson of the Swedish Whites has confirmed that his pronunciation of his name is Leo Yelda. So as if he shouted. So we have to stop saying the H because the Swedes are getting offended. But no, I thought Leo done brilliantly. Came on, he held his own, and
that was a bit of a what's his name? That he held his own. Did you just say?
Yeah, he held his own.
We've won, guys. We might be like saying loads of rubbish, but we've won the game. We might be talking absolute shit, but we've won the game. Who cares? Lee Waters, absolute legend of a man, absolute legend. He has been with us since the early days as Lee. Thanks so much for the donation there, mate. I was sat in the dentist chair having a wisdom tooth extraction while we were smashing it in London. Great win. Shame I missed the game. That is. Oh, I had my wisdom teeth out. I'm glad I had them out. That's all I'll say. That is a
match of the day 2 on record, lad. Get match of the day 2 on record.
Get it on. When he said dentist chair, how bad is this? I was thinking drinking. I was thinking that when I was thinking that's not a bad idea. That when the third or fourth, whatever way you want to look at it, went in. But yeah, so we get the injuries. Hlde goes to left back. Bowens makes it 1-1. Chris, at that point, you must be thinking, here we go again. Is this another Tottenham away job?
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think most fans will have thought that, 2 players off, including the very influential Adam Forshaw. They go 1-1, and you're just like, oh, here comes another Leeds. A typical Leeds performance this season where we have a good 15, 20 minutes and then we just go to absolute pot. But today we saw the Leeds United side that we've grown to love over the last 3.5 seasons, right? Power, grit, determination, never giving up. And Bielsa ball was visible again today as well. We saw some superb passages of play. Rafinha was just having people on toast at times. And I think Robbie Keane in the post-match actually used that term, had him on toast, which I was buzzing about. I love that term. Rafinha was incredible. I know Jack will get the headlines, obviously, and quite rightly, but
I still thought Raf was the best player on the pitch. As controversial as that might be, I just thought some of the stuff he was doing today, every time he got on the ball, magic was happening. In terms of the first goal, he doesn't get the assist, or the stats won't really go back to like Rafinha's part in that goal, but it's his run, his little layoff to click. It all happens because of that. When he's
and a great ball from
Great ball from Ayling.
Great ball from Ayling over the top.
Yeah, that's what started. He knew Rafinha could beat Dawson in that run, so he had the perfect ball. And there was a few times throughout the match. I
don't think it takes a genius to realise that Rafinha is going to beat Craig Dawson in the foot race.
That's true.
I think us three will beat Craig Dawson in the foot race.
Well, I don't know about me. Like maybe if I was in like a sack race,
you've got to turn the pace. You.
I thought we mixed it up really well today. There are a lot of balls down the channels, stuff like that, making them turn. Dan James, all right, some of his decision making and passing at times wasn't the best. Probably should score at the end of that first half as well, to be fair, but you can't question his effort and commitment. My God, that boy runs and runs and runs. Fabianski shit himself close to end that game because Dan James came from nowhere.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think they all did, to be honest. I think West Ham completely bottled it today, but not because of it's one of those. It's because of how good we were. We were just unbelievable today. I think even the commentator said at 1-0, West Ham had woken up a bit. Like in terms of their thought, they did see a bit lackadaisical West Ham, but we were so good today. So good. And a big thanks to Solanum here. Thanks so much for your donation. Match reports coming through. The regular papers complimenting Leeds for keeping on playing despite COVID and injuries, unlike certain other teams. So proud. And that's the thing, not just COVID, but the fact the way we played at 3-2 up, the fact we're throwing the lead twice, we didn't refuse to sit in and just panic. We just kept doing our thing. And to be honest, I think we sort of said it off camera. We should have won the game by more goals. We should have been well ahead before.
I said no. We should have won 4 or 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, I agree.
See for West Ham, and I do believe they'll get Champions League. But for them to be pushing for, I think they will.
They're done.
But for them to be pushing Champions League, for them to be in that position this year, and to not be able to dominate a team like us that have got so many injuries, that's not good. That's not good.
Not making top 4 then.
For us, that's going, holy crap, we've just held our own, and most of our teams out. I said it throughout the watch along. If Jurgen Klopp was our manager, he's cried us off till June. He cries us off till June. Arteta gets 2 injuries, and he gets a match against Spurs suspended. And why? Why? You look at our bench today, the average age was like fucking 11 or 12, pardon my French. Like, the kids haven't done their GCSEs and they're making their debut for Leeds because Bielsa and the entire mentality of Leeds is we play the game, win, lose or draw, we're playing, we're taking you on and we're giving you your best. Leg it or lump it, we aren't going to cry off because somebody's hurt their friggin' toenail.
The funny thing is, there's Millwall fans in the chat here.
Who?
There's Millwall. When I was looking through before, there was Millwall fans actually in the chat.
They have fans. Are they still around? Is Millwall still a thing?
No, because we're beating West Ham, isn't it? That's I was thinking, why is the Millwall fans in the chat? And then I thought, oh yeah, that's why. But anyway, I'm trying to remember the goals now. It's just still a flash. Like it's like that just happened.
I thought the first one was just superb play front to back. 𝐾𝐿 hits a great shot, which Fabianski does well to save. Forshaw, so calm, just knocks it back into Harrison's path, and it's a wonderful finish, which, if you watch it again, Rafinha does everything to try and pinch. He launches himself at it as it's going over the line.
I love that. I do love that. Well, I wouldn't have loved it if it had been given offside, but I love it anyway. And then the second... I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember the goals now. The second goal was
Aylin's header, and it just hits
back out.
Runs onto it, doesn't he?
I honestly, the game is that much of a flat. It's the best game of football I've seen this season.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. It's probably in the whole league. I'm probably saying, in terms of pure entertainment.
Yeah,
if you're a neutral, today was the best game to watch. But you know what we're forgetting as well? The fact that in the first half, Dan James missed two absolute sitters at Bamford Berries, but Rafinha hit the corner. He didn't just hit the crossbar of the post. He hit the corner of the nets from a free kick. And no one's talking about that, even in the thing. It's completely been overlooked from a free kick. You know, there's so many goals today, and I'm going, how the hell are we so far down the table after a match like that today?
That free kick was some hit. He hit it so hard as it's still bending. Fabianski was just looking at it like, well, that's me done.
He's trying to get out of the way, Fabianski. He's thinking, fuck that. Snap my hand off. But, honestly, I mean, Rafinha, Harrison will rightly get the plaudits. The finishes, the third finish,
it's
just lobbed over him. Keeper's flying out of them. Unbelievable. But the thing is, it shows how big confidence is in football, because let's be honest, if this game had happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, Harrison probably isn't taking those chances as coolly.
Well, to be fair, Oscar, I think even if he hadn't scored 1 or 2 before that one, I think he's scuffing it. But I think he's got 2 goals in the game. He's full of confidence. He's pretty much every pass he hit, because he was hitting loads of balls down the line, hitting those channels. He was finding his men. He was absolutely flying today, was Jack Harrison. Absolutely superb today. Unreal. And I've been vocal. I've been saying maybe Jack needs a rest, take him out of the team for a bit. But he gets played and he took his chances. Well, he took his chances today. I just thought he was exceptional today. Only outshone by Rafinha, probably. But
Chris, you heard me in the watch along. You heard me during the watch along. First 5 minutes, he had a couple of decisions and a couple of passes. I thought, and I'd say it during it, I says, I hope to God he doesn't do this all day again, where it was working himself into a position where he couldn't pass, he couldn't shoot, he's surrounded by players. And I just thought those first 5 minutes he done it, and I thought, shit, here we go. This is what's going to happen today. We're going to look threatened until Harrison gets it, and he's going to work himself in the position where he can do nothing. Instead, he worked himself into positions and he got a hat trick. He had 4 shots today. 3 on target, and all 3 went in.
And that's what we complain about, right? That's what we complain about, and I've complained about for years under Bielsa, is the lack of clinical finishing that we normally see from a Leeds United. And Jack Harrison today was absolutely clinical. His third is just Dallas, the way he nicks the ball. He comes steaming in, nicks the ball, gives it Rafa, who plays a similar ball. Do you remember his first appearance when he came on against Villa and he hit that ball through all those players? It was so similar to that, or Pablo's against Stoke back in the day when Dallas scored.
Yeah, it's just that.
Dallas in the second half was brilliant. Dallas second half was brilliant. First half, He was hit or miss. Do you know who's not going to get enough praise from me? I know you're saying about Rafinha, and I have to hold my hands up because you have heard me for weeks saying we need to sell him. He's not good enough. But see today, Matty 𝐾𝐿 was unstoppable. He was brilliant. I don't even want to look at the stats, so someone can throw their fucking stats at me all they want. From a personal watching it as it happened perspective, Matty 𝐾𝐿 for me was the best he has been since we were in the championship today. Yeah. And I am gutted that he got that goal stricken off. Because but
VAR could just do one because he scored today, 𝐾𝐿. That's the thing. He scored today.
As far as I'm concerned, 𝐾𝐿 has scored. He scored a goal for me in my heart today. He scored that.
I agree. I thought he was incredible today, 𝐾𝐿. He was absolutely everywhere. He was super. He looked so much happier in that midfield today with Forshaw and, well, it got mixed up, didn't it? It was everywhere. But he looked back to the click.
He's the more offensive midfielder at the two. You know, in terms of when he's playing alongside Rodrigo, he's got to be more conservative. But now he can get in the box. You know, it's not just that fourth goal. It's that first goal, comes from a 𝐾𝐿 shot. It's a great save off Fabianski. If that had gone, to be fair, a lot of keepers probably would have let that in, the initial shot.
It was a fantastic save. Fantastic save by Fabianski. 𝐾𝐿 absolutely buried that shot. And there's other keepers, as you just said, Oscar. There's other keepers not saving that. They're not.
No, definitely not. It's I just thought even that tackle at the end, like 90 plus 2 minutes, he's gone steaming in. Love it. And he had a tough game today because he was mainly seemed to be man marking Declan Rice, and I thought Rice, for me watching the game, Rice was West Ham's best player by a long way. I think everyone else was kind of like a 5 out of 10 for West Ham. He was kind of playing at a 7 or 8, and 𝐾𝐿 stuck to it. He never backed down, stuck to it. Sometimes he needed Dallas to come across, sometimes he needed 𝐾𝐿 to come across, but he did a superb job on Declan Rice. And you can't ask for more than that. Defensively, going forward, box to box, big part in 2 out of the 4 goals today. Immense performance. Never gave it away as well. In terms of when we were on counter attacks, he started the counter attack, kept the ball, and perfect. Just absolutely superb. And then I think another talking point, something else I completely forgot about, was the fact that Bates came on and then got subbed back off again. But I thought Bates was good as well. I don't think it was anything to do with his performance. It was just a tactical one, I felt. I think Bielsa felt we could get another few goals on the counter, shoves on Rodrigo, and that was the reason for it. I didn't think there was anything wrong with Bates' performance at all, to be honest.
No, he was very good today. I think once you understand
throwing it there, and hopefully, as you're saying there, and hopefully that he understands that it was a tactical thing. I really do, because when he was sitting there, he threw his jacket to the side. He looked pissed off because he did. He had a good game. I just hope that the Cody drama queen stuff doesn't continue on, and that these other younger guys being given the opportunity, I hope they don't start thinking, oh, well, I deserve this and I deserve this. This self-entitlement snowflake generation shit that Cody Drama was part of. I really, really hope that doesn't rub off on the likes of Bate, because I thought Bate was great. Yeah. When I seen him sitting there annoyed, I thought, oh, Jesus, please don't do it.
But Scott, hang on a second. Bates he's not like throwing a water bottle away or walk down the tunnel. He wasn't even like, he looks a bit annoyed. He's been subbed off.
His jacket to the side. Someone handed him his jacket and he threw his jacket on the floor.
Oh, it's a jacket.
I know it's not a water bottle, Oscar, but still, it's that attitude. I really hope that was just a wee bit of a, look, I was playing well. I wish I hadn't been taken off. I hope that doesn't translate.
Chill out. We've won the game. Oh, I know. Come on.
But
there's nothing there for me. The kid.
I hope there's not.
The coaches will have a word on Tuesday, and because we know that we will dissect the game, and it'll be explained that it was tactical. And I think again, Robbie Keane was speaking about him in the post-match on Sky Sports, and he said the same. He said he did nothing wrong. He had a really good game. Very Forshaw. I thought he was very Forshaw, like the way he went about the game. Took his ball.
It was good, that. That was good. I like that.
Well, it just reminded me of what Adam Forshaw's been doing. Yeah. Just simple football done really well. Yeah. Nothing flash, nothing dramatic. Just put your foot on the ball, have a look, knock the ball away. I thought it was really good. There's a lot to come from that kid. He's part of the future at this club, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I was getting a wee bit worried, because obviously with the shite that Cody Drama brought this week, when I seen Bates being upset, being subbed off, I panicked myself a wee bit. I thought, please, please, please don't turn out to be a drama queen, because I see a big, big future for Bates. I really do. I think we all do. We all want to see him. We don't want to see him running away to the second-rate Swansea and getting the yellow card on your debut. You know, we don't want to see that. I want to see Bates playing like first-team football next year. I just when he's seen him doing that, I just thought, please don't be a petulant guy.
He's probably red hot as well. He's just walked off the pitch. You don't need a coat. He's like, I need a coat.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Yes, we'll go with that one. No,
Scott, you're calling other people drama queens, and you're the one trying to make a drama out of it.
Damn right, baby.
Let's move on. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a concern in terms of Forshaw and Firpo. I reckon 3-4 weeks at least on both. I reckon it looked like hamstring injuries to me.
Forshaw's looked.
I think Firpo's worst.
Forshaw's looked less serious to me. It looked like he just felt something, and he stopped immediately. Firpo's looks probably more terminal and looks like it's actually, from what you could tell, it looks like he might have even blown his hamstring. It looked a bit swollen just from looking at the telly. But
then his whole thigh looked swollen. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. At least Forshaw's isn't that bad, but we'll find out in the next couple of. We'll see what how the injuries evolve, won't we? We'll see what the evolution of the injuries is.
Well, guys, we're just under 500 people watching this. Absolutely mad. Thanks so much for coming on, guys. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button as well, because we've got plenty of content coming up. So I reckon, about 5 minutes time, we'll let the fans, all these TV members into the chat. But Dan James is a lot faster than Boris Johnson.
You know how much it is to become a member? How much is it to become a member? Because it's like next to nothing, isn't it?
$1.99 a month.
What? $1.99? Like, that's cheaper than a 10p mix-up. That's cheaper than a pack of sweets.
This is a really, really bad attempt at an advert, Scott.
All you have to do is just become a member of the channel and you can get your voice heard. That's simple. Just do it. It's cheap. It's cheaper than Oscar's Hookers.
Right. Will you stop saying it's cheap? You're making it sound like you're desperate now.
Oscar,
I'm going to get them
sacked. Right, mate, because Rohit's just had Scott's eyes out here.
Scotties? Mate, I'm from Newton Abbey in Northern Ireland. Mate.
He's fuming. He's absolutely fuming, Scott.
It'd be worse if they sent him a Celtic man. That's it. We're done. I'm banning him.
I've got a question. Discussion point. Pascal's been out for how long, and how much did he look like he just straight back in? No bother. Superb 100%. Today again, Pascal. Unbelievable player.
Absolutely immense.
He didn't give Antonio a minute. He marked Antonio out of the game to the point. I think it was from about the 60th minute, they tend to move Antonio out in the left more to try and get him to do something. But then Dallas wasn't letting him do anything. Like, he couldn't get away from Pascal. And I love that.
The funny bit was when Dallas went shoulder to shoulder with Antonio. I love that. He's saying, "I'm not asked if you're bigger than me. I'm going to go shoulder to shoulder with you."
Stewie's got 4 there, hasn't he? Because he did it to Adama Traore, didn't he?
Yeah,
off the ball.
I rate that.
That's it. If you want someone taken out, you get a Northern Irishman to sort it out. Up at Gala.
Anyway, Scott, anyone else who's particularly impressed you today? I thought, let's talk about Melié's save, by the way, at 3-2. And the fact he saved the rebound, but didn't actually need to save the rebound, but he just thought, I'll save it anyway.
Yeah, no, I think the second half, Melié had a much better half. See, for the 2 goals, I know even though it was their second goal was in the second half, I think Meslier could have done more for both goals they scored.
Oh,
From
really?
a goalkeeping perspective, he should have had better positioning. He just, to me, for the 2 goals they scored, I felt he could have done more. But come the end of the game, he made 2. Well, he made an amazing save, and then there was one where I thought,
awful club. I love something like your support is awful.
Awful club. But no, there was a header. I think it was the header.
Let's keep it going. Keep it coming, Jake. Keep it coming, mate.
Worst fans in England.
Oh,
your fans
really,
don't
mate.
even sing.
Cry more. Cry more.
Where's your Upton Park gone, Jake? Where's it gone? It's gone. It's never coming back. It's gone. I'm sorry, Jake, but you can't be having to go at other fans for their atmosphere when you're playing in basically an athletic stadium that you've not even paid for.
Yeah.
The taxpayer funds your stadium.
It was taking so long to make subs. Like I really couldn't understand why it took so long to make subs. It was like because they had to run 2 freaking miles to get to the pitch.
Sitting there.
I'm sitting at the watch along like this.
Oh, it's funny. It is funny. Oh, almost as funny as David Moyes just being dead bitter and just about everything.
I've got one, Oscar, because me and you have been very vocal about a certain player playing at CDM. Did we see today what Bielsa's seen in Robin Koch all along at CDM? Thought he was absolutely brilliant.
It was perfect. It was absolutely a perfect performance off Robin Koch. And I'm surprised not we really mentioned him too much so far. But yeah, immense, especially first half. Again, I think it was kind of Vlasic was up against him, then Fornals went into that 10 role. They kept switching. The good sign was for me is West Ham kept switching things around. They had Masuaku playing left wing for the last sort of 20 minutes. Don't know why they did that because he's absolutely terrible. He is absolutely shockingly bad. And the fact they kept changing things around suggested that Moyes felt that he needed to change things up, and we were dominating those battles. And Koch at CDM was class, as Sean says. This might sound like a bit of an innuendo, but he dealt very well with Fornals in the hole. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, he was immense. He was absolutely immense. But fair play to Mark. Fair play to Mark. I was only joking about Upton Park.
I'm not. Upton Park was much better frigging atmosphere. There was an atmosphere at Upton Park. There's no home fans anymore.
Upton Park was clash, you know. Was genuinely like
it was a quality atmosphere. Was Upton Park? It was proper. Was Upton Park? It was a mega away day. Was West Ham away at Upton Park? Class.
Yes,
you have to respect the West Ham and their fans as well. They're not a club. I don't think any. Well, I can speak for me. I don't think anyone really despises or hates them. I just think that where they're playing now is just absolutely shite.
Yeah, it's
no atmosphere.
Who cares?
It's not like Glastonbury, to be honest.
You win nothing in January, lad.
Listen, we are undefeated in 2022 in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Undefeated in the Premier League in 2022. Stick it up your Upton Park.
Quick question as well, Jake. How many league titles, Division 1, Premier League titles have West Ham won? 0. 0.
Absolutely. We won championship.
How many titles have you won? 0.
I went spam.
Dear me.
Oh, I love this. Is when Oscar's looking through the comments for something funny. He's got his serious concentration.
I do go far and get rattled, to be fair. But it's true.
To be fair,
trophy, so
to be fair,
Steve,
to be fair, Steve, we did mention it, but it is well worth mentioning again. It was incredible, that pass. It was weighted. It sold Fabianski. He didn't know what to do, come, stay, and he just ended up in no man's land, didn't he? And Jack, that dink over the top of Fabianski was just superb.
Yeah, no, it was. It's one of the goals of the season, that from us, to be fair. Absolutely immense goal. Oh, I can't wait for match of the day, you know.
No, the same.
Yeah.
wait for match
It was
of the
really
day.
funny. Why was it every time we scored, it felt like VAR was being consulted. Every goal we scored, nearly even every shot, it just felt like VAR was being consulted.
Yeah.
So, wait, are we not allowed to score goals?
That's it.
Oh.
I mean, oh. Is that directed at us or the West Ham fans in the comments?
The West Ham fan in the comments.
Oh no, Johnny's a Leeds man. Johnny's a Leeds man.
Oh,
he's having a go at the West Ham fans who are being quite derogatory.
Jake's getting upset now, so he's
Jake's
trying to
upset. He's putting out that's the lowest as you go.
Yeah.
I think the only thing he blew was your. Well, I'm not even saying it. I'm not finished now. I'll message us in WhatsApp and say what I was going to say.
He's brought up that Liverpool. He's brought up the Liverpool fan that we always get sung at us.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Yeah. I mean, that's the. Anyway, still won't get you a league title, Jake. That's the thing. That's all I'm going to say. You still won't get you a league title. Play at your athletic stadium. We'll fund it for you as a taxpayer. That's it. The greatest thing that's happened at your stadium. The greatest thing that's happened at your stadium is the Olympics. That's it. It's the Olympics. It's not even a West Ham game. People's memories of that stadium will not even be West Ham matches. It'll be like Jessica Ennis and Mo Farah and that lot. I mean, top five. Why won't be the top five moments in that stadium with West Ham games? Deary me.
Well, here, there's a fella, Mark, saying there at least that he agrees that they were lucky we only scored 3.
Yeah.
And let's be fair, Mark. We were due one because our form against you guys recently hasn't been great, or certainly results. So we were due one, and it is what it is.
The first time Bielsa's beat David Moyes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's the first time we beat David Moyes.
Well, this just isn't true because Rafinha's worth more than your whole squad added together, mate.
And Calvin. Let's throw Calvin in.
Is this just turning into you take the piss out of Jake Smith? What is this?
I mean, Jake Smith's trying to deliver a few lovely deliveries. It's bowler versus batsman. I'm just, I'm enjoying myself here. I'm enjoying myself.
Couldn't deliver a takeaway.
The highlight that's ever been in the Olympic Stadium is Mr. Bean playing the piano to.
I was going to say it's not even going to be top 10 West Ham moments in that stadium. It's going to be other stuff we can throw in there. Didn't Anthony Joshua have a fight there as well or something? There's going to be so many different things. But anyway, this is what happens when you move to an athletic stadium. It's not a football stadium.
No.
Or, so just be serious for a minute, Jake, because you obviously lost your head in your mum's basement and the Wi-Fi will be going off soon. How about they're both exceptional players and you only have to watch them together for England to realise how good they are? So let's just wind it in, Palais, being a bit of a silly
Rice
sausage.
Was brilliant today. That's what Rice was brilliant
he's
today.
Quality. Declan Rice is their best player. He's class.
Without see today for West Ham, without Rice or Bowen, in my opinion, and I think, again, I'm not an England fan, obviously, but I think Bowen is a good shout to be getting a chance for England, 100%. But see, without Rice or Bowen today, for me, that's 5, maybe 6 to us. Rice absolutely bossed the centre of that pitch, but then we bossed everything else. At least that was my take on it. I thought Rice was brilliant for them today.
I think between Rice and 𝐘𝐿 today, I think they had an equal share of it. I think they both had the upper hand at times. Declan Rice is a superb footballer. I mean,
and he's still only 23.
Oh, he's only young. Yeah.
That's going to be
captain in a club like West Ham already. He's a proper footballer. They'll do well if they don't make top 4. They'll do well to hang on to Declan Rice in the summer because there'll be some big money flying around for him.
No, I reckon they will. I would love to see West Ham in that top 4 over Chelsea. Not just as
I agree.
I would love to see West Ham get in over Chelsea.
I'd love to see him getting over. Get 4 now.
I think they have thrown it away now, West Ham, to be honest. Finishing top 4, I think it'll be between Arsenal, Tottenham, and whatnot, finishing top 4, but we'll wait and see. Comment from Luke W. Rice and Phillips are both world class. I agree with that. They just play a bit different, that's all. Phillips more physical, Rice more technical. Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, they play 100%. Different positions. Can we stop the comparison? Yeah. Why are we having the comparison still? This is what I mean. It's just West Ham fans.
It all started from that video, didn't it? It started from that video that the West Ham fan done the year we got promoted, wasn't it? This is where this whole rivalry came from. And Calvin
and the thing is,
holiday.
What makes me laugh is actually what makes me laugh is actually the pair of them are like best mates.
Yeah.
It's a pity Jack Grealish is one of their best mates too, but sure, we'll not go there. He'll be at the Olympics too, isn't he? He's at the Olympics for
Here we go. Bit weak that, Scott. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a weak joke, that.
Oh God! Right,
Alex, it's a fact.
They don't even play in the same position. James Ward-Prowse.
James Ward. Don't get me started on James Ward-Prowse. He's basically James Ward-Prowse is the NFL equivalent of a kicker. He's got no actual ability at all, other than just being really good at striking the ball. He's just he's a very, very good set piece taker. I'll give him that, but he's not actually a good footballer. I've never seen James Ward-Prowse before. He's a good player. He just takes good set pieces. He's Charlie Adam.
That's harsh.
He's basically Charlie Adam from back in the day.
That's harsh.
I'll have to stand by that.
Anyway, back to the game that we won.
Yeah, let's get we'll get wound up and won the game. But big thanks to Bone No. I was thinking in my head, is that as I read out that name, is that I'm going to get done in here? But no. Bone No. Thank you very much for your donation. Thank you very much for your donation. But yeah, fair play to Roy. I mean, it's just that one West Ham fan, to be fair, who's had a bit of a pop. But let's let in the fans. Let's let the fans in. So if you are a member of All Leeds TV, this is your chance to have your say on the game. We're going to put out the link to join now in the community page. So if you want to check that out, it will be up in 1 minute. So, Chris, let's talk about that VAR decision then, because I think now you've got to get to a point where common sense has got to be used. The ball was going into the back of the net before it even touched Rodrigo. It's not affected anything from the West Ham side of things. Why can't we just give that goal?
I agree, mate. At the end of the day, by the letter of the law, he's offside, but it brushes his arm as it goes in. I mean, it doesn't change the course of the ball much. It's already going in. The keeper's nowhere near, so he's not disrupting play in any way. I mean, like you say, a bit of common sense and it should be allowed, but by the letter of the law, he is offside. But it's a bit stupid. But it just the reason I got so annoyed about it is it's the mockery from Bowens last week.
Yeah.
Who does influence play and get involved and does come from an offside position. So a lot of people have said that, John, in the comments, was he offside? Not so sure. He was, because the keeper was further forward, so he was level with the last defender, but the last defender is the last player on the pitch because the keeper's further forward. So he was just offside, but it's really harsh. It's a bit of a nonsense, really. But letter of the law, he is offside. But you'd like to think, like you say, Oscar, a bit of common sense could be applied at times.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's technically offside, but I think we should be allowing goals. Football's about entertainment. We shouldn't be taking goals away for the sake of it.
And if you know the rules, Alex, you'll know it's not handball because his hand was down by his side and he didn't make any move towards the ball. So it's not handball.
Alex, I'm not being funny here, but first of all, you said James Ward-Prowse is better than Calvin Phillips. Why have you jumped in here? Why have you jumped? You're a Southampton fan. You're welcome. I don't know where Scott's gone. Scott's gone missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone missing. Anyway, we have got 3 people waiting in the chat, so I'm going to add in the first person who's joined us is Matt from Australia. How you doing, mate? That was a bit special, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, the Harrison hat-trick. You wouldn't expect Harrison to get the hat-trick.
No, I mean, to be honest, I mean, is that the first hat trick of Harrison's career? Do we know? I mean, Chris, I think it was 2017 was the last time he scored 2 goals in a game.
It's his
5 years ago.
First career hat trick. It said it on Sky, yeah.
Unreal stuff. But Matt, talk us through it. What was your take on the game today?
It got nerve wracking. Is when someone gets a hat trick, normally it should be like an easy win, but knowing us, it's always going to be nerve wracking.
It's Leeds United, though. We had to make it a bit nerve-wracking. As well as we played, we had to make it a bit dramatic. It's boring if we win comfortably, isn't it?
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, true.
It needs to be drama. It needs to be like a Bond film. Every single game needs to be like a James Bond film where we'll get there in the end, but we've got to make it dramatic somehow. But Matt, anyone else particularly impressed you today? Obviously, Jack Harrison getting the hat trick is going to get a lot of the credit, rightly so, because he scored the hat trick away from home. But anyone else particularly impressed you today?
Glick was good good in the middle. He's been good the last couple of games as well. Back to his old best.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I thought he was immense, and I mean, how impressed were you by the youngsters coming on as well? 𝐾𝐎𝐓𝐇 and Bates obviously had to make their first Premier League debuts today.
They did pretty well for their debut. They did really well. When Forshaw was going off, I'm like, this could go one or two ways. Either it did go the way it went, or we could have got absolutely hammered after.
Yeah, I think. I just feel now that I know it's only 2 games. But it's the fact we scored 7 goals. We could have scored more. We played really well last 2 league games. Do you feel we're turning a corner now, Matt?
Yeah, I feel like we will make. I feel like we could because I think at the moment, I think we're 3 points behind 10th. Or was it 4? We're pretty close to 10th, and I think we'll finish mid-table. So I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean we're closer to mid-table now than the relegation zone. It's the thing. All of a sudden, we're only a point behind Aston Villa, and I'm not saying Aston Villa have been fantastic this season, but they were supposedly flying under Steven Gerrard, and now we're only a point behind them. So it's looking up, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah,
it's certainly looking good.
Europe is on.
Europe is on. You know this. When Rafinha plays like that, though, we genuinely can beat anyone. I'm not even messing. We genuinely can beat. When Rafinha plays like he did today, I just think 𝐿 is not a bad left back, but he made him look like he made 𝐿 look like he plays for the Dog and Duck, to be honest with you today.
Yeah.
And he's not a bad left back either. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable, wasn't he today, Matt?
Yeah, Rafinha was brilliant. The whole team was.
And be honest, when you saw Rafinha hit the crossbar with the free kick at 3-2 up, then Glick's goal get disallowed. Were you thinking 3-3?
Yes. I mean, it should have been.
With Leeds fans at the end of the day. You still there, mate?
Yeah, they missed an open net at the end, so we're kind of lucky with that, but we should have got the win anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean, the fact that could have been a decisive moment as well, it's just need that little bit to be a little bit more clinical today. But other than that, I can't have any criticisms. But Matt, going forward to Newcastle, are you confident we can keep this run going?
Yeah, I think we should beat Newcastle. We should have beat them last time, but I still don't know how we lost. They drew that.
Yeah, it's one of them. I mean, certainly the first half of that Newcastle game, from what I can remember, was similar to today kind of thing, but we just weren't quite the same intensity. But today, first half, second half, just absolutely spot on. And West Ham fans are saying it themselves here that Rafinha made all the difference today, lads, and I certainly would agree with that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, Matt, looking forward now, obviously it's a January transfer window. We have spoken about this last week. Does that change your perception of things at all, in terms of, or do you still think we need to be active in this window?
I think maybe one or two, maybe a loan signing, because I feel like the January transfer window never goes well for us.
Okay. And would the positions still be the same? I think we spoke about midfielder, striker. Would you still be looking at those kind of positions, or with Firpo potentially being out for a while, would it maybe adjust to a left back now instead of a striker?
I feel like midfielder. Midfielder is probably the more important. I'd say striker. Rodrigo's back. Dan James can play there. Bamford's back soon, hopefully.
Yeah, it's. I think the other thing I found interesting as well today was the substitutions in terms of Rodrigo being the most experienced player on the bench by an absolute mile. I think the next oldest player after Rodrigo was 20, so that kind of sums it up. And Rodrigo was the last sub. I mean, it shows Bielsa has got great faith with these youngsters on the bench.
Yeah.
This is so true. Sky Sports should have had a for sale sign up the way they were pimping out Rafinha all match.
Oh yeah.
Just like, come and get it, big boys. Come and get it, big. And I think Robbie Keane stepped in and went, Leeds are a big club. I'm like, yes, Robbie. Yes,
Love
Robbie.
that, Robbie Keane. It's lovely bit of commentary there for Robbie Keane. Not commentary, sorry, but.
This is right. And I said this before we went live, Mark, who's been speaking a lot of sense in the chat. We have to follow this up by beating Newcastle. We have to.
Yeah.
And I think we will. I think if the Leeds that turned up at the Olympic Stadium today turns up at Ellen Road next week, we'll absolutely wallop Newcastle, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, there's not any player in that Newcastle team that worries me anywhere near as much as the West Ham players. I mean, maybe Saint-Maximin on his day, but I still think the way we defended against West Ham players.
Not the new star striker that pumped £25 million on.
Let's not speak too soon. But, it'd be great if we can stop him scoring it, just for the banter alone, it'd be worth it. But yeah, I mean, I still can't believe Chris Wood 25 million now. What on earth is that about?
I thought we'd committed theft getting 15 for him.
25 million. Yeah, but he was like 24, 25, wasn't he, when we sold him? You can kind of
was
see.
Was that not a release clause price though that they met? Was that not the release clause that he had met?
Apparently, the release clause didn't become active until the summer.
Oh right. I wonder was the release clause less than 25 right. Then?
I'm starting to feel sorry for Jake now. I'm starting to feel sorry for him.
Jake, I think you need to phone Samaritans, mate, because this is one difference that us and yous have this year. Sorry about this, Oscar. But Jake, that's for you, mate. All right. We are undefeated in the Premier League so far.
Right, I'm putting that back. Scott.
All
just
right.
take that off. Take that off. Because that's
gone.
I don't want to call you Tin Pot, Scott, but you just made us look a bit Tin Pot there, to be honest, mate.
No, but listen, Jake Smith is turning into Justin Timberlake here. He wants to cry me a river.
You've just put an image on saying the undefeated champions or something. But yeah,
no,
to be fair, Jake,
we
you are
currently
talking.
undefeated in the Premier League in 2022. Let's just accept that. We're undefeated in 2022 in the Premier League. That's a fact. Stats are facts. That's a stat, and stats are facts.
He did say that, so Gail. You're right. He said if he lived in Yorkshire, he'd get himself a season ticket, didn't he? Yeah, I heard him saying that.
I've been on the waiting list for a season ticket for like 3 years. Good luck, Graham.
But when we play like that, I think that waiting list will only grow. That waiting list will only grow, and some love for Scott's watch along as well, which is good. I know it's a joke. But I was winding up Scott. We can agree with this, though. We must agree it's Wood for 25 mil. Yeah. Matt, absolute pleasure as always, mate. Can we get a prediction for you for next week for Leeds versus Newcastle?
4-0.
4-0 Leeds?
Yep.
Good. I just wanted to check. But absolutely love that. I would have been concerned if you were saying 4-0 Newcastle, but 4-0. Oh, that would do. That would definitely do. Matt's absolute legend. Hopefully you'll be able to join us next week for the Newcastle game when we do beat Newcastle. Maybe not 4-0. 1-0 will do. But whatever we do, just beat Newcastle and you'll be back on next week, mate. Absolute legend. What time is it there in Australia?
4:24 a.m.
Have you got work in the morning?
That's dedication.
No.
It's not got work. It's not got work in the morning. That's something. But absolute fair play. It was worth it this week. It was worth it, mate.
Yes.
Absolute legend. We'll let you go, mate.
Cheers.
See you next week, man. So we have got in the chat as well. We've got a couple of people in the chat here. We've got a few people in the chat. So next up, who joined just after Matt, is our man Michael 20 FM Palette. How are you, mate?
Very well. You're going moaning.
What? Before we talk about the game,
you shouldn't be moaning a day like today.
I shouldn't be, but
yeah,
we don't want. Oh, messing, mate. How good was that today?
I'm buzzing. I'm happy. That was like sexual, wasn't it?
It was. It was. I was not expecting that, but it was. It certainly was. I mean, when that fourth goal went in, I won't go any further, but yeah, you can use your imagination when that fourth goal went in. But I was close to tears, and I'm sure you were also almost close to tears when Matthäus Glick's goal was disallowed. It was a heartbreaking moment of the game.
Disgraceful.
It was disgraceful. Michael, Harrison's getting all the plaudits. I mean, the finishes he deserves. He scored a hat-trick and won us the game.
Yeah.
Who else really impressed you today?
Obviously, Rafinha played really well, but I'm going to, like Dan James, always saw him. He was like chasing down, chasing the whole game. Like, I thought he played really well. It's probably one of his best games for Leeds, to be fair. Just for the effort he was putting in.
Although I might have sworn at the screen a couple of times when he missed that chance at 2-1. But yeah, Dan James was relentless today. Robbie Keane's in himself did all the right things, and he will get goals if he carries on that way. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, anyone else there, Michael, that impressed you today?
𝐾𝐿, he played like really well. I think he's the youngest defender to have his debut, I think.
As I said, I'm ahead of the curve on this. Leo Carlos. Leo Carlos. He was immense. He was absolutely immense, to be fair. But I think this is true as well, and it's something I want to talk about. In terms of, we've said it about Jack Harrison. When Dan James does get that goal, I think he goes on the run. I do think he goes on the run, similar to Jack Harrison. I think Jack Harrison now, what's he on now? 4 goals for the season. There's a good chance Jack Harrison can get himself double figures. Genuinely a good chance now he can get himself double figures, I think. Yeah. Do you feel that with Dan James, Michael, that he will at some point?
He just needs a bit of time, doesn't he? And he can get double figures.
Well, 𝐘𝐿, the absolute legend is 𝐘𝐿, has had to leave us, but his presence is always felt. He's to be. What an absolute legend.
Like a lingering fart. You've just described him as a lingering fart. Even when he's gone, presence is always felt.
That wasn't what I meant. Is that what you meant, Scott? Is that what you meant?
Him? You described him like that. I just passed the message on.
He's a right stirrer, is that Scott over there?
I've got a little question for Scott.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Are you going to call out Scott here?
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to be on. In the past, you have questioned Luke Ayling.
Yeah.
Stuart Dallas.
Yeah.
Matthäus Glick.
Yeah.
Michael, it'd be quicker just to say he's questioned the whole team at times.
I've literally questioned everyone.
He wanted Rafinha sold at half time at Norwich. This over here wanted Rafinha sold at half time.
They were 3 of the most. He's like, sell him off, put him in the bin, and they were our 3 best.
I've questioned every player. I've questioned every single player. And I will continue to question every player because I don't support the players, Michael. I support the club. I support the team. Say before self. And the day that a player doesn't give 100%, I don't want them there. I don't care. I don't care how long they've been there. But if a player's not given 100%, I don't want to see them in a league's top. I don't care. At 100%. And I have questioned the players in the past. I've questioned Glick up until about the last 2 or 3 games. And he's been getting better and better again. And today, for me, I know Harrison got man of the match and people banging on about Rafinha as well. Glick has been completely overlooked today. Glick and Struijk for me. I think Matthäus Glick and Pascal Struijk today were our 2 best and most influential players on that pitch today. That was for me. Yes, Rafinha has that flair, And Harrison had fantastic finishing today. But 𝐾𝐿 was involved in everything. 𝐾𝐿 held that midfield together, and he commanded the centre of the park. He had a full battle for 90 minutes with Declan Rice. And the last 10 minutes, you could see 𝐾𝐿 was knackered. He was knackered. Next season, we will not get much more out of 𝐾𝐿. 100%. 𝐾𝐿 will be a great squad player. It's because of his age. Just because of his age.
Yeah,
He just gets older. What is it?
He's been immense today, last couple of games.
Today and the last couple of games, he's been immense. I just think next season, obviously, if you want to look at next season, I don't think we'll get the same out of him. At the minute, the last couple of games, today in particular, we've seen the old Marius 𝐾𝐿. Dallas, up until just before Christmas, wasn't great.
But hasn't he had off the field problems as well?
We all know that now. Yeah. And as for Ayling, I know Bill had a good game and he has good games. I've said it from pre-season. I would still have Jamie Shackleton over Bill Ayling. Still. I think Jamie Shackleton's a better player. He's obviously got a much brighter future ahead of him. I love Bill Ayling.
Come on, Scott.
But listen, I said it before in pre-season. I've been saying it for ages. Jamie Shackleton over Bill, 100% all the time.
Maybe in the future, but not for me.
From now. But I said it pre-season. Bill had a decent game today. He did. And you can't take that away from players. But for me, personally, I still think Jamie Shackleton should be the first choice right back. Even though people want to see him as a centre mid.
Jamie Shackleton's agent or something.
Yeah.
No way.
He's his agent.
He's not played for about 4 months.
No, because if I was his agent, I'd be telling him to go and play for Derby or someone in a relegation battle in a lower league.
It's a good job he's not his agent.
Is that what these young ones do? They want to play first team football, so they bugger off. They don't want to be an elite player.
But going back to 𝐾𝐿, Scott.
Yeah.
If we're going to go up to the next level, I think we do. 𝐾𝐿 won't be there. He'll be.
No.
I don't know. He may go back to Poland or something. I don't know.
Let's be honest, mate. It'll be a shame that some of the players that have brought us to the dance, they will not be the players that will keep us dancing.
No.
And it's a sad truth.
Today's not a day for discussing this, though. They've been brilliant today.
He done brilliant today, and we won today. Why are you bringing this up, Michael?
Today's dance, not future dances. Today's dance, right here, right now.
Oh, listen, today's today. Tomorrow, God knows what happens. Tomorrow, we're saying
but it's not tomorrow yet. Today's today. Live in the moment.
Today's today.
But we have got to look to the future, like what's going to happen to next season, haven't we?
Well, look, let's just enjoy the 3 points and the fact that we weren't expecting anything today, and we're sitting only a few points off the top half of the table.
Yeah, and there's a chance. Bamford back in. Hopefully have some kind of luck with injuries. Why not? Why can't we finish top 10? Why can't we?
Max Dean.
Next year, going to be saying we're pushing for Europe.
Max Dean next season, Scott.
Max Dean?
Yeah.
I still think we've missed the boat on Calvin Yeboah. I wish we'd have seen Calvin Yeboah. I really wanted to see Calvin Yeboah. He's away to Genoa now. Genoa. He's left Stormgrass.
No, he's not. He's called Kelvin Yeboah, isn't he?
That's what I just said. Calvin Yeboah.
You said Calvin.
Calvin. That's my accent. Don't you start with me with your nonsense.
Oh, God.
Calvin Yeboah. 𝐾𝐿VEVIN. Right. Calm yourself. Calm down. Right here, I need to go. I'll
he's left us with the bombshell of Shackleton's supposedly better than Ayling, and now he's going.
Yeah. Shackleton is better than Ayling. Just
never.
I Shackleton over Ayling. I love them both. But me personally, Shackleton over Ayling, or as Bielsa calls him, Shackleton.
How many appearances?
Before anyone can say anything back, and now he's throwing the fingers at me as well. Now
It's gone.
Oh. Anyway, he's completely gone now. He's completely gone. But Michael, I look at it now. We're only a couple of points off the top 10. We've got a lot of our best players out missing. Injured.
Yeah.
Why can't we kick on now? I seriously, I think we're in a similar scenario to where we were last January, and we can have a much improved second half of the season in terms of consistency of performances. I seriously do think that now.
Yeah. I think we're really strong in defence. It'll be interesting come the summer, where like Cooper comes in. Like, is he gonna move on? Because like Strauch's gonna be like, he's got a great future ahead of him. He's definitely
I think Strauch is one for the future. Though even now, I mean, Strauch is more than good enough to start Game Solution United. He's proven it. He's been so consistent for Leeds. If he's gone in at left back, he's gone centre back, centre defensive midfield. He's done the job, and he's been a mentor for us. And Pascal was just superb today. Considering he's not played a football match for the under-23s or the first team for a month and a half, 6 to 8 weeks. Absolutely superb stuff. And
he's like massive though. He's just like so strong in the air as well.
Leo Carlos.
Yeah, he's got peach of a left foot. He's a couple of crosses were bombing in the box. Yeah, I just feel that's the weakness of Cooper's game. Sometimes this season he's like giving the ball away a lot, but we'll see come next season.
It's just great to have options. It's just great to have so many different who offer you different kind of things as well, which is just absolutely brilliant. And Michael, before I let you go, mate, obviously we're moving on to Newcastle next week. What's your prediction going into that one?
3-0.
3-0 Leeds?
3-0 Leeds, definitely.
Love that. And in terms of January, is there anything different to last week? I mean, has that changed your perception at all this last game?
I don't think we're going to buy a striker. I think we'll buy like 2 midfielders maybe, because I think Bielsa's Dan James seems to be getting better in that role until Bamford comes in. Hopefully Bamford will be in for Newcastle by the looks of it. And we've got Tyler Roberts isn't that far away, so
yeah, hopefully we've got some options at least on the bench or starting. It's just all good. It's all good, isn't it? What a start to 2022. As Scott says, undefeated so far this year in the league. You can't ask for more than that. 7 goals scored, 2 wins out of 2 in the league. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Michael, where can we find you, mate? And how are things going on FM Palette, the channel?
FM Palette is doing well, over 500 on YouTube, so that's going well. Got a second channel coming out next week, and FM Palette on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that malarkey.
Check him out, guys. Check him out. Brilliant football manager content. Leeds fans support Leeds fans. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get Michael to 1K. Let's get him to 1K before the season's out. We can do that, guys. Come on. Get subscribing.
Cheers, buddy.
Absolute legend as always, mate. I'm going to let you
Take
go.
Care. See you later.
See you next week.
Bye.
So, absolutely brilliant stuff. But guys, just a reminder, if you are a member of All East TV, this is your chance to have your say on that game today. West Ham 2, Leeds United 3. This is your chance to have a say on the game. There's still just under 500 of you watching this. Absolutely fantastic support, guys. Thank you so much. Please hit that subscribe button and the like button as well. It helps us massively. We are on the road to 25k, and if you can help us along in any way you can, that would be it. If you can hit that subscribe button, it would mean the world to us, guys. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to let Ethan in. In fact, I'm going to let Ethan and John in at the same time, because John has been waiting for a while there. Ethan, I'll go to you first, mate.
Evening, Ethan.
Go on.
How are we, guys? How are we? Ethan, I'm going to go to you first, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what?
Talk to me, mate. Harrison's getting a lot of the plaudits. Who else has massively impressed you in that game today? Lewis Bay, superb, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he only had 20, 30 minutes on the pitch, but I thought he did a superb job today.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
𝐾𝐎𝐒,
Whole team immense, weren't they?
Yeah, he was really good today. Goa, he was really good today. 𝐾𝐎e was good today.
Yeah, it was. I mean, John, it was just immense all round today. Do you feel that the last 2 games have scored 7 goals? I just feel these last 2 games has been like watching the Leeds of last season. It's just been free flowing. We've found the solutions. We've not got all our best players playing at the same time, but it doesn't really matter. We just still find the way to create chances, score goals, different sources of goals, and defensively, I think we've looked a lot better. It's looking good, isn't it, at this moment in time, John? I mean, you've been positive throughout the season. I'm sure you're buzzing at this moment in time.
Oh, absolutely. After that Burnley win, I felt like another performance like that was on the cards at the very least. I mean, we didn't disgrace ourselves too badly against West Ham in the cup game. It's just, mind you, I said that we all thought it was handy that we got knocked out. West Ham now have to go, and knowing them, they'll probably have a Crawley type like performance against Kidderminster and have a cup upset, and they'll have to put up with that. Whilst in the meantime, despite our injuries today, Forshaw's going to be a bit of a big loss, and Firpo has been improving game to game. Yeah, I think it was these last 2 games have been the big turnaround part of the season, building confidence. 𝐾𝐿 managing to roll back the clock has been a big boost for us creatively as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's been a massive weapon for us in that sense in terms of creativity, and let's be honest, he's been unlucky not to get a goal the last 2 games really, but he's been absolutely immense. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ed, I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. I still can't believe what I've seen. It's the maddest game of football I've seen all season. I mean, it's not just Leeds, but all season. It's just been an absolutely insane game of football and just a brilliant one to win. Ethan, we've got a quick question for you here, mate, from the audience. 𝐘𝐿 opinion. Charlie Brown saying he's been immense so far. I'd have to second that.
He was good today, and I agree. He was really good.
He was really good. He was. Yeah. Does he deserve the nickname of Leo Carlos that I've kind of made him sort of half an hour?
Yeah.
Leo Carlos. I might have gone early on that in terms of like when Joe called Strauch, Virgil van Strauch or whatever it was. I mean, I might have gone early on that, but let's hope not. Leo Carlos, he's got a wand of a left foot. Considering he's not in the left back, he was a mess today. But yeah, it's looking good. But the only... I think, obviously, we're going to have to talk about it. John, I know how much of an Adam Forshaw fan you are. It is sad. It is sad if that's a serious injury for Adam Forshaw. Let's hope it's only a minor knock.
I was wincing when he came off. So, and of course, Bielsa's come out after press conference saying that we don't know what's happened yet. So then he'll probably say, we've got to wait to see how the injury evolves. That's been the big key word of the season. So who knows? Maybe the injury will evolve into a dinosaur.
Well, you were wincing. I was shouting and crying when Forshaw came off. To be honest, it was sad. It was sad. Gets you there when Forshaw went off. But I wasn't really crying, guys. But it was sad. It was sad.
Yeah, me neither. It's just a big set because Forshaw has been one of our best performers, and they just literally signed a new contract. Yeah, you always get the impression it was like the Rad's tweet effect again, because last time when he came out did the Forshaw tweet just as the transfer window closed, Forshaw picked up a little knock. So hopefully it's not too bad.
In terms of what he was meaning by the tweet, that Adam Forshaw was the long-term solution for that position, and I think performance-wise, we could not have signed anyone who would have given better performances than Adam Forshaw. Or if we did, we'd had to spend a lot of money. We're talking, 50 mil plus in terms of the performances Adam Forshaw's given us. Just purely based on the performances. But yeah, it's a real shame. It's a real shame. But let's hope it's not a long-term injury. But yeah, as well, John, I'll go back to you, mate. Koch quality. He was quality in that holding midfield role.
He was.
Ethan, I mean, I've had my doubts about Robin Koch in holding midfield. I totally admit that. But today, superb. Absolutely superb today.
Yeah. Where were Gakko and Artega? Where were Gakko?
Well, where's his best position now?
No, we're not. No,
he's not. You're not going that far. Yeah, I still think he's a better centre back than holding midfielder. But today, absolutely brilliant. Fair play, versatility. It's what we asked for. John, I mean, what was your thoughts on Robin Koch today?
He's turned up another level today, old Koch has. I mean, that's his best game in the Calvin role. He had a good game in the Spurs game at the end of last season when Spurs had tons of people out. They were kind of on the beach mode. But right in the middle of the season, for him to come in and play in that role and look good, he's stepped up. He's started to step up quite a few levels since he came back. Pocketed Chris Wood. He'll get the chance to do that again next weekend as well. I'm looking forward to round 2 versus Wood versus Koch. Yeah, hopefully that'll be hopefully lightning will strike twice. Yeah, probably will strike twice, given how Wood. I know he's only just joined them, but apparently that he had an absolute stinker yesterday against Watford.
Okay, we'll wait and see. But it will be interesting. What do you make to this shout, Ethan? Struijk is our best centre back.
No, 𝐘𝐒𝐓.
No.
𝐘𝐒𝐓.
Who's Who's the best?
𝐘𝐒𝐓.
Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay. John, would you agree with that? In terms of Struijk being our best centre-back, or do you think it's a little bit early to say that?
Bit early to say that, especially if we still got Cooper to come back. Up until this point, I would say Llorente has been our best centre-back. But quite lately, I'd still say off the ball. I think on the ball, he's one of our best centre-backs, his ability to progress the ball. But off the ball lately, especially defending these past couple of games, he's been really starting to lose his cool, especially last week when Antonio completely owned him. And when he's not having a good game, he kind of loses his cool quite a bit. Like when he I know it was a bit of a tame set piece he gave away when Cornet got that free kick in the Burnley game. It was very soft, but yeah, Llorente's been having a habit of losing his head when he's not having a good day. Yeah. He's kind of more like an on the ball matador in my opinion, because he's very good on the ball.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. And Luke Aynes's pass into Rafinha for the first goal is very Llorente-esque. There's no doubt about that at all. I kind of disagree with this comment from Andrew a little bit. I don't think it's so much consistency with Robin Koch. I think it's just having better luck with injuries. I think when he's played, he's been really consistent. I think last season, for the first spell of last season, sort of first 14, 15 games, I thought he was absolutely superb at this at centre-back on the right of the back two, Robin Koch, and unfortunately he gets that injury. And to be fair, when he's played, I think he's done well. I don't think there's any problems with his consistency. It's just, can he have a little bit more luck with his injuries? Let's hope he's past that now in terms of having injury problems. But yeah, I'd agree with this. Koch and Struijk were solid. There's no doubt about that at all. Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant. But looking forward now, John, we're closer to mid-table than we are the bottom three.
Yeah.
Can we kick on now? Can we push up that table again?
Yep, get some more players back as well.
Yeah.
I do hope that we do still go in for a midfielder in the transfer window, whatever remains of it. And because obviously today's performance has kind of still papered over cracks the fact that we do still need to get some bodies in, because we're still picking up like 2 injuries every game. So we've still got to press on. But I really do think that now that we've turned the corner, we're playing as best we've been done all season. Yeah, we can push onwards and upwards. And hopefully we do add to that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I seriously think the top 10's on. I think we just get our best players, back available. We can get a spell of games from Patrick Bamford.
Yeah.
It's on. It's on. Ethan, would you agree, mate?
Yeah, it all.
It's on.
If we can get we get 𝐘𝐒𝐄.
No, totally. So a little chuckle at this comment coming in. Oh, we're going there, aren't we? We're going there. And after this song,
innuendos have started. Mind you, I've been thinking more brought
started. But we've won the game, so absolutely brilliant. Absolutely immense stuff. But John, I mean, going ahead to that Newcastle game, you've already mentioned Chris Wood. Are you confident we can keep this run going now?
Yeah, it all.
Yeah, no, totally. So a little chuckle at this comment coming in. Oh, we're going there, aren't we? We're going there. But we've won the game, so absolutely brilliant. Absolutely immense stuff. But John, I mean, going ahead to that Newcastle game, you've already mentioned Chris Wood. Are you confident we can keep this run going now?
Yes, we just need to make sure we shut down St. Maximin because
Yeah.
we failed to shut him down last time.
Yeah.
And I know, no circumstances will be different because we had to bring Rafinha off, and Somerville hadn't progressed yet. And but of course, this time it's totally different. We're at home, and and we should have more than enough to help. If Dallas can have the same performance they did today, just need to be wary of St. Maximin. Chris Wood, we can deal with all day long. Koch will just cock block him again.
Yeah.
And St. Maximin is their only other outlook.
I agree. I think the fact we've done a good job on West Ham's players, the players they've got, Antonio Bone have been on it all season. We've done a brilliant job on them today. Yeah, I think we can. I think defensively we've improved a lot. I think the man marking is working really well. I just thought every single player on that pitch today, whoever they were being asked to pick up, they stuck to the task. Minute 1 to minute 90, stuck to it. Even if they got dribbled past or beaten once or twice for a quick 1-2, little bits and pieces like that. That's always going to happen in the game. We're in the Premier League at the end of the day. Every team's got quality in some way or another, and they stuck to the task. And I just think that's going to really. I just saw so many good signs today. Scoring goals again as well. Scoring goals, that's been a big thing this season. But the fact we just look so free-flowing, and it's like a flick of a switch. It's like that break that we've kind of had since that Arsenal game has worked really well for us in terms of we've just been able to just sit down and just get back on it. In that sort of 2-week spell, it's just kind of given us because before Christmas, obviously we lose 7-0 to Man City, and you don't really need me to remind you 4-1 to Arsenal.
Good enough.
We just needed that. We just needed that little. I don't know if to say it's just a break, just to calm down a little bit, just to say we're still doing the right things. We just got picked apart by 2 really, really good teams, and just seem to be back on it. And I think if we were playing Man City or Arsenal next week, playing the way we did today, I think we'd just be so much better in terms of confidence-wise going into those games. And confidence is so big. But Ethan, in terms of January, what positions are you still the same in terms of positions? Midfielder, striker, or any other? Junior Firpo might be out for a while, and does that maybe ask the question about maybe looking at a left back?
Yeah. Go now. I can now will not hacker. A good one that get it will not hacker.
You don't think we'll make signings in January?
I guess we will. Go no that guy.
But not a left back. You think we'll make signings, but not a left back?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think, to be honest, Firpo was doing well in the game. I really do think last 3 games, he's been playing really well, and it's all positive. It is all positive, lads. And any other last thoughts before I finish the stream, guys? Any other last thoughts from you two?
Coming back to signings and what Ethan was saying, in terms, and with Firpo being out, I wonder if we might, I think we all know Burnley probably going to go down, but wonder if we might go in for a second bite of the cherry with old Maxwell Cornet, because he can play offensively and defensively. It'd be good cover for Firpo if he does get injured again next season, but also he's another option as a winger as well.
Good shout.
Although I said that, it's like slow stacked now in terms of less wings at the moment.
And he can play up top and play through the middle like he has been doing from Burnley recently in terms of up. Well, he was playing up alongside Chris Wood, but very, very interesting. But a lot of love for John and Ethan in the chat. Always love to see that. Always love to see that. And but guys, we're up to an hour and 20. West Ham 2, Leeds United 3. This has been your live post-match reaction. Big thanks to Ethan and John for jumping on, as always. Hopefully, the 2 legends will be back on next week when we do beat Newcastle and we keep Chris Wood out of the game. Let's hope so anyway. Yeah. John and Ethan, hope you have a brilliant week, lads. I'm going to let you go, and hopefully we'll be back talking next week when we have made it 3 wins out of 3. Big thanks for coming on, guys.
Cheers, guys.
See you later. Absolute legends then too. Absolute legends. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there, guys. Big thanks to everyone who has watched this video today. Absolutely brilliant support. I had almost 550 of you in it at once at one point. Absolutely love that. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done already, and smash the like button. We are pushing for 25k, and you would massively help us by subscribing to hit that journey, reach that journey anyway. But guys, absolute pleasure as always. I'm going to leave it there anyway. I've been Oscar from All Leeds TV, and this has been your live post-match fans reaction. I said that wrong. Fans post-match reaction live. You know what it was, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to end the broadcast, and the broadcast isn't going to end